What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're going to talk about Apocalypse. And why are we going to talk about Apocalypse? Well, because if you have not been paying attention, they added to the game the picture of Archangel. So now we have all the sagas for Apocalypse. We have, or soon we'll have all the sagas, and this means that his announcement and details about his kit are going to be available sooner than later. My expectations is somewhere about March or maybe late March, but I think our big blue boy Apocalypse is coming very soon. So we are going to review the requirements that you need in order to unlock him, because the requirements for Apocalypse are not the same as the requirements from the sagas. And I'm gonna mention a big exploit. I'm gonna tell you one big exploit that no one has realized yet, or maybe one person has realized it because they told me about it. So maybe this is the super big secret that will allow you to unlock Apocalypse early, and I think this is going to be extremely important if you really want to try to get Apocalypse as early as possible. And say whatever you say about Apocalypse, the big bad boy, but to be honest, for me he just looks like a Roblox character in blue. But anyway, as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button. Okay, let's get started. Let's talk about Apocalypse, and then talk about this big exploit that will allow you to get Apocalypse a lot early. Okay, so when we take a look at the requirements for Apocalypse, we have the teams that are required for the difficulty 5, nodes 5 and 10 for the specific scourges. Then we have the horseman characters that you have to unlock. Then you have their teams. Then you have their sagas that you have to complete, and the sagas is this thing right here that got updated like a few days ago. Unfortunately, fortunately for Tauna is on holidays, so we don't have right now anyone doing the data mines, but I'm sure there are some new data mines related with these events, so hopefully you'll come back soon and give us all the juicy information. But beyond the sagas, it's also required some additional strike characters to be announced. We don't know yet, but the timeline is getting so short, and especially with the Marvel Strike Force birthday coming up, I think it's on May. The timeline is getting very short, and if Apocalypse is not released by the birthday of Marvel Strike Force, like, I don't know what they're thinking. This is crazy. Anyway, okay, so in terms of the Scourge characters, this no longer matters. We already have one run of each of the Scourges. The Death Scourge was pretty recent. We are having right now the second Scourge for the War Horseman character, and I expect like the second Death Scourge to go like end of February, beginning of March, and with that everyone should be with Archangel and have all the horseman characters in order for you to unlock Apocalypse. Now, in order to complete the sagas, for you to complete the sagas, you need your characters to be at gear tier 15 and Isoweight blue level 2 or something, and then for the heroic difficulty you need Isoweight blue level 3, and you also need your characters at gear tier 16. I think it's something like this. I don't remember exactly. Maybe this one, the one in the middle, is gear tier 15 as well. Something like that. Anyway, we should have the requirements here. So gear tier 15, and the Isoweight doesn't matter, but on the last one, gear tier 17 and Isoweight blue level 5 is going to be your rewards. So you need what? Use characters at gear tier 17. Okay, gear tier 17, that's all you need. No Isoweight, no Isoweight. Forget about Isoweight. We're gonna talk about the Isoweight, but in a second. Okay, so In order to obtain Apocalypse, you need to at least complete the heroic difficulty, so you need all your horseman characters and their respective teams to be at gear tier 15. But this is for you to complete the sagas. This is for you to complete all these sagas. You have to complete all of them with gear tier 15 and then with gear tier 17. Gear tier 17, big deal. Now, in terms of Apocalypse, the requirements are actually different. To unlock Apocalypse, you need your horseman characters and their respective teams, not only at gear tier 16, but also with Isolate Blue level 4. This is extremely important because this is going to be the limiting factor for you to unlock Apocalypse, is how much Isolate Blue you can, Isolate Blue 4 you can obtain. Right now, the best sources for Isolate Blue, you have a Cosmic Crucible, where depending on which ranking you have, you are going to obtain more Isolate Blue or not. And you can also get Isolate Blue with Alliance Wars, and also a few events like the Coordinated Assault that is going on right now. Coordinated Assault, you can see right here that on the rewards, it's going to provide you some Isolate Blue level 4. There are a few other milestones that will also allow you to get Isolate Blue level 4, but this is the most limiting factor for your progress towards Apocalypse, because gear tier 16 on all your characters, that's not a big deal. That's actually quite easy to obtain these days, but the Isolate Blue level 4, it's going to be very, very important, and this is going to be not only your limiting factor, this is what it's going to decide if you are going to be able to unlock Apocalypse or not. And this is why this exploit that I'm going to tell you about today is so important. Okay, so once again, all horseman characters, all their horseman teams, at least gear tier 15 and above to complete the heroic difficulty, and only after we'll have a chance of unlocking Apocalypse. And for Apocalypse, we are going to require those strike characters that we still don't know nothing about, so we don't even know what kind of requirements those strike characters are going to require. Is it also going to be gear tier 16 Isolate Blue level 4? Is it going to be something else? We don't know for sure. Now, in terms of my progress, I'm going to talk about my progress, and then I'm going to tell you about this big exploit, because I think this is going to be very, very important. Okay, so in terms of my horseman teams, we have the Darkhold right here. This was a team that was released more than 6 months ago, and you can see that most of them, we have 2 of them that already have Isolate Blue level 4. I think Strange Supreme also has Isolate Blue level 4. So I'm missing 2 characters with Isolate Blue level 4. Now, 3 of the characters, they already have gear tier 17. One more and another one to gear tier 17, and that will allow me to get the maximum difficulty on the sagas. This is going to be convenient because this is going to give you more Isolate Blue level 4 and level 5. Very, very important. So, completing these characters at gear tier 17 are going to help you quite a lot. Now, in terms of the unlimited team, you can see right here, I have Rogue, I have Gambit, and the other characters I've been holding back on them because at the same time you got the Dead Seed team, and they also have full mutant team, and the Dead Seed is a little bit better to invest in because not only they are Alliance Wars, Cosmic Crucible, Dark Dimension team and so on, they are also useful for raids, while the Unlimited, they are mostly used for Cosmic Crucible, which makes the Dead Sea to have a lot more value. So this one I have been holding back quite a lot and focusing more on the other teams. Now, in terms of the Gamma team, as you can see, I also have 3 characters at gear tier 17. I have 1 character halfway through 16, and She-Hulk, she's extremely expensive, so she's going to be the last one. But in terms of Isolate Blue level 4, I already have most of the characters with Isolate Blue level 4. And finally, with the Dead Seed, I have all characters at gear tier 16, 1 at 17, but in terms of Isolate Blue level 4, I'm very close of completing the entire team. So once again, when you take a look at the characters, I have all horsemen unlocked, I have all their teams, and all the characters of their teams, they are most of them at gear tier 16, which is what you need to unlock the baby apocalypse, the 5 yellow star apocalypse, and also the gear tier, the Isolate Blue level 4, very important. Isolate Blue level 4, gear tier 16 in order to unlock the big apocalypse. Okay, so what is this exploit that we have been talking about? And I already mentioned something about it. So when you take a look at these sagas that we have going on right now, we mentioned that on the apocalyptic difficulty you are going to get Isolate Blue level 5. And Isolate Blue level 5 is great. But on top of getting Isolate Blue level 5, you're also going to get Isolate Blue level 4. And this Isolate Blue level 4 is what is going to allow you to unlock Apocalypse early. So most people are spending all their Isolate Blue level 4 and all their Isolate Blue level 5 in just one character. So for example, they gear up a Morgan Le Fay to Isolate Blue level 5 or Rogue or anything like that. So they just grab these characters, the best characters on each of those teams. They grab a Morgan Le Fay and they give her all the Isolate Blue level 4 and all the Isolate Blue level 5. But then all the other characters, they get crippled because they don't have the Isolate Blue level 4. Maybe they're still Isolate Blue level 3 because the requirement to complete the difficulty is Gear Tier 17. Gear Tier 17 to complete the saga, not Isolate Blue level 4. And this is what the guy from my alliance said, and I really appreciate him for he asked me this question, what do you think about this? And I was like, whoa, mind blown. So the thing is, if you hold back on your Isolate Blue level 5, if you hold back on your Isolate Blue level 5 and use the Isolate Blue level 4 that is required in order to spread across all your Horseman team characters, so like Scarlet Witch, Wong, Phantom X, Sunfire and so on, if you spread that Isolate Blue level 4 over all those characters, instead of giving Isolate Blue level 5 to just one character, that's going to allow you to unlock Apocalypse like way early, because the amount is so big. Like if you take a look at these numbers, you can see right here 120 just for each of those pieces, 120 just for each of those pieces. That means that if you are trying to get one character to Isolate Blue level 5, you could instead gear up one entire character to Isolate Blue level 4, and that's going to be way more convenient for you to unlock Apocalypse. So this is something that you have to decide. This is going to be a big exploit if you are trying to unlock Apocalypse as fast as possible, and this is what I'm going to do, unlock him as fast as possible. And this is why I'm gonna rush on the Mystic team, I'm gonna rush on the Bio team to get them to Gear Tier 17 as fast as possible, so after I can use all this extra Isolate Blue level 4 to give to all the other characters that are remaining, and then I will be able to unlock Apocalypse, because that's all you need, Isolate Blue level 4 and Gear Tier 16. So try to rush your Horseman teams to Gear Tier 17. In my opinion, the ones you should rush is definitely the Darkhold and definitely the Gamma team. The other ones take a little bit longer. The Unlimited is not so bad, but between the Limited and the Death Seed, I would prefer to invest on that seed, but because we only have one Mystic team and one Bio team, if you rush both of these guys to Gear Tier 17 and you are able to unlock the Apocalyptic difficulty. So once again, the Apocalyptic difficulty is the last difficulty of the sagas. If you're going to be able to unlock this Apocalyptic difficulty, then you are going to have so much extra Isolate Blue level 4 that if instead of investing it on one character, just to increase their ISO weight, attack, and so on. If instead of that you spread it across the other characters that you have, you're going to be able to unlock Apocalypse a lot early. And I think that's going to be the best way, because as soon as you have Apocalypse, that's going to change the game. We saw it with Dormammu, we saw it with Doctor Doom. The faster you unlock those characters, the bigger the change is going to be to your team, especially with all these Horseman characters. They give so many buffs to each other and to Apocalypse itself that having him at 5 yellow stars, it's going to be like having a full character at 7 yellow stars. So I think this is going to be a big deal, and I think you guys should be aware of this exploit, and then you can make your mind if you should consider that way, going this path of spreading all your ISO weight to level 4 across multiple characters, or just invest in one character to get them with ISO weight blue level 5. ISO weight blue level 5 is very important, but what is more important, unlocking the Apocalypse or just having one very powerful character? It's up to you to decide, but you guys let me know in the comments below what you think is the best option. Go ISO weight blue level 4 on multiple characters, or just go one character with ISO weight blue level 5. Let me know what you think about this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.